Good evening, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. Alright, you guys, I get asked this one a lot. Okay, from, just on different medias that I'm on, and just from a lot of people in general. Alright, they ask me, why do people do this to different people? People have asked me why this happens to them and why this happens to just like some people and not other people. And some people are looking for closure because this has happened to them, and they would just want to know why this happens just in general. Okay, you know, where there's a situation where somebody is in a relationship and that person says that they want to take a break or they need space or something like that, or somebody just gets ghosted. Okay, or you're talking to somebody, you know, like on Snapchat or something like that, and suddenly you just get blocked. Okay, or you're just, on some dating app and you just get blocked, or you're in some kind of relationship and someone just kind of breaks it off with you and they just ghost you. Or, you know, you're with someone and they just break it off with you and you never really know why. Okay, and people just tend to not tell you things, and they just block you, they delete you, and that kind of thing. You know, you're not really given a reason. Okay, or you've been in a relationship and you weren't really given a reason. Like, you wish they would have just sat you down and talked to you about it, instead of saying, they needed a break, or, I need some space, or, you wish someone would just sit you down, or, not giving you that excuse like I'm seeing somebody when they really weren't, or you're just tired of people just being liars, or you wish that they would just break up with you the right way, or you wish they would just break up with you in person instead of calling you, or, you wish people would just come to you with some more integrity and talk to you in person about it. You're wondering what's wrong with people where they just there's so much ghosting going on and so much blocking going on, and there's just this general lack, you feel like disrespected by it, and you're wondering why people are not more, it's so impersonal now. And people, they're just kind of like dumping you in like a cold-blooded sort of way. Okay, I kind of think I know what's going on here, and I'm thinking like you're wondering, I know why I would do that to somebody. Okay, now I'm not like gonna play devil's advocate, because I think that's like a messed up thing to do. But I'm going to tell you certain situations where I've had to just cut people off. Okay, so I'm going to talk about, why I've done things where people feel like I have abruptly dropped them. But I'm going to tell you what has led up to it, okay? Where these people feel abruptly dropped and they wanted more closure from me. But this is kind of what led up to it, okay, you guys? So, I want you to examine these situations that you might have been in, alright? So, here's what was going on here. When you're in situations, have you ever been in a situation where maybe a person was trying to tell you something was wrong, and you may not have been watching for clues? Where they may be telling you something and you weren't picking up on it. Like they were complaining about something and telling you they didn't like something, and you were just kind of like brushing it off. Like not taking it seriously when they said they don't like something. You weren't taking it seriously. Like you're like, oh, they don't really mean that. Or you just felt like they were complaining over nothing, and that person was legit. They really did not like the thing. That's why they were complaining about it. Or you just felt like, oh, they're just in a bad mood. Alright, here's the thing. When someone brings something to your attention, chances are it bothered them for a really long time before they brought it up. Because most people are like, oh, should I really bring this up? I really don't want to bring this up. So they don't really want to bring it up, but by the time they do bring it up, chances are it's been bothering them for a really long time, okay? So for you to brush it off by the time they finally bring it up, and then they bring it up again, and you continue to brush it off, okay? By that time, it's almost like too late at that point anyway. Okay, so you continue to brush it off, all right? And you refuse to do something about it, okay? Like, I demonstrate that I don't like things, and I'm also a very direct communicator. Like, I will literally say, that made me mad, I don't like that, that's not okay if it happens again. All right, that, I'm not going to do this because you keep nagging me about it. You ruined my whole day when you did this. I resent you now because you did this. I mean, I literally tell people, I don't like you anymore because you did this. I mean, I really, I just go there and tell people things like that. When I'm going to break up with a person, I tell them the real reason I'm breaking up with them. Now, I'm going to tell you something crazy. I've told people things like that, and they literally don't believe me when I'm telling them the truth. And then they don't want to let me go because they refuse to believe the reason I'm giving them, and that reason is the truth. And they try to hang on to me and cling to me and refuse to believe the true reason I'm giving them. So then I have to give them a reason that's a lie, so they will let go of me. So I have to come up with a reason that's a lie. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that maybe that's why you're being lied to. Because that person may have tried to tell you the truth, but you did not believe the true reason that they gave you. Okay, and that's because you were in denial about that real reason they gave you. You would not accept that real reason, and you would not let that person go. Okay, and they're trying to get away from you. All right, because whatever behavior that you had that you did not want to change, okay, they couldn't deal with that behavior anymore. All right, and you obviously did not want to change that behavior, and they couldn't take it anymore. Okay, but you chose, you would rather believe that they found someone else. So then they made that up so they can get away from you. Okay, but they didn't find someone else. It's your behavior that made them just want to get away from you. Okay, there was nobody else. They just made that up. Okay. Or they just knew they were tired of telling you that thing bothered them. And you weren't listening. Okay, and it had been bothering them for a long time. And they told you 3 times already, but it had been bothering them for a whole year. And you weren't doing anything about it. So they ghosted you. Okay. It seems like every time that I go to complain to somebody about something that bothered me, falls on deaf ears. The person does not want to change it. They never seem to believe me when I tell them something bothers me. They always think there's something else behind it. They think that there's an ulterior motive. There's never an ulterior motive. I always tell that person, that is the thing that's bothering me. It's nothing else but that. Okay, that's exactly what's bothering me, and this is why. That person does not want to accept that they're doing something wrong. Okay, that there's no one else, and there's nothing else but their behavior that's inappropriate. Okay, but they just don't want to change that behavior. They want to think that, there's someone else, or, it has anything to do with something but something they're doing wrong. Okay, they just can't deal with the fact they're doing something wrong. Okay, so, and then you go to leave, and they say they're going to change the behavior. Okay, but they won't change the behavior until you go to leave. But by the time you go to leave, you're over them. Okay, you're sick of them. You can't take them anymore. And by the time you go to leave, you've had it with them. So by the time you go to leave, you're going to ghost them. You're going to block them. You're going to delete them. Okay. So They don't want to have anything to do with you after that. You've already shown them that you're in denial about something that they brought to your attention. Okay, and you're not emotionally an adult. Okay, so they've lost respect for you. They want to be able to bring something to your attention without you being in disbelief about it. Okay, and it could just be some gross personal habit that you've completely put them off. They can't deal with it anymore. Sorry. And they don't want to have to bring it up again, but you refuse to deal with it. Could be that. They know if they say, I need some space, and they can get away from you, you may start to figure it out. Okay, but if they try to make a clean break, you're going to make a scene, and you're going to do some, like, psycho stuff to them. But if they can get some space, they can slowly move their stuff out, and they can just get away from you. That makes it that much easier. And people will slowly break it to you, hey, they're trying to break up with you. Okay, and then you'll slowly come to a realization, and you'll slowly start to accept it, and slowly move on. Okay, so, but if they bluntly tell you they want to break up with you, you're going to try to fight for the relationship. And they don't want that. Okay. They know if they tell you the truth that you're going to make it too hard. Okay. Now, there are other people that you can break up with, and they're going to just let you go. They're going to be like, you know what? I'm sorry you feel that way. I'll let you go. And they can just respectfully step away. Okay? But some people are not made that way. And they know it's you. Okay? They know you're going to try to fight for the relationship. They know you're going to try to emotionally blackmail them. They know that you're not made that way. Okay? And they're afraid. Some people just, they're afraid of other people's mental illness. Most women are afraid of being stalked. You know why? Because a lot of women have been stalked. They're afraid, someone's going to come to school the next day with a gun if they reject him. You know why? Because it happens. It's easier to tell a guy, I have a boyfriend, than I don't like you. I've only been able to tell a guy I don't like you when he's lived in another town. But I've had guys in the same town stalking me for years. And I've had to say, my dad won't let me go out with you. I've had to lie and say that. And just make up like some reason. I've had the same guys in town stalking me for years. And always staring at me, and it's crazy. Why? I don't know. Some people just get their minds fixated on you, and it's on from there. I don't know why. Some people decide they like you, and that's all there is to it. Yeah. So you have to make stuff up. If for whatever reason you're just not interested in them. Coming on too strong, or you just don't like what's going on. But it just seems like the more direct I was about it, the more honest I was about it, the more pushback I got. I just wish some people would respect the honesty that I offered, and they did not. But the more I lied and made stuff up, and the more ghosted I did, the further I got. So that's kind of how I do things now. But luckily, I'm in a happy relationship. And I'm in a relationship, but I still get stalkers. And they're not all of a sexual nature, but I get fans that are stalkers, and I get like all kinds of weird stuff still going on. I have to block people all the time. Yeah. I still get stalkers, guys. I still get people lying to me and being weird and doing weird stuff. Because I'm still an online personality, so I still get stalkers, and I still get people being weird. I still get people who have boundary problems, and I still tell them the truth, and they still lie to me, and I still have to block them. Yeah. So this is still something that goes on even when you're no longer in circulating in the relationship seeking situation. This will always go on in your life as long as you're socializing with other human beings on some level. So you're always going to have to deal with this in some way. And not everybody respects the truth. In fact, most people prefer to be in denial. So you will always have to do this to somebody, whether you like it or not, whether it's right or wrong. You'll have to do it to somebody. So if you are the kind of person who's constantly getting told that people need their space, you're constantly getting blocked, deleted, ghosted, people need their space, and stuff like that, maybe you aren't the kind of person that accepts the truth. Maybe people can't sit down and tell you things. Okay? Are you approachable? Do you listen when people tell you the truth? I mean, seriously. Do you stalk people? When people say, I don't like that, do you listen? I'm serious. When someone tells you it's over, do you let go? Because that's what needs to happen sometimes. A lot of people, the more honest I was with them, the worse they were. Bigger lies I told, further I got. And it's just block, delete. That's what it's about now. So I hope this made sense. You guys need to be a certain type of person if you want that to stop happening. All right. I love you guys, and you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.